A swamp is a dangerous place, and it can be even more unsafe if you are alone. Swamps are filled with creatures that can be dangerous, not to mention the potential of getting lost in the vastness of the swamp. And the terrain can be dangerous. But first, let's check out these eerie dolls. Number 10. Porcelain dolls atop bamboo stakes. 21 dolls atop bamboo stakes had been placed in Bear Creek Swamp, close to County Road 3, the dirt road traversing the wetland. Most of the dolls were made of porcelain, giving them a distinctive antique look. Their faces and hair were covered in a white paint-like substance, enhancing their aged appearance. The chief deputy of the county had spotted the dolls several weeks ago while driving through the swamp working on a stolen vehicle report. At the time, he thought it was merely a Halloween prank and didn't give it much thought afterwards. However, the Monday after he saw the dolls, his office received numerous calls about them, with many people expressing their unease about the dolls being present. On Tuesday morning, deputies launched a canoe and spent around 30 minutes paddling around until they recovered the dolls. Number 9. Haunted doll on a swing. A rather eerie discovery was made in North Queensland. A lifelike girl doll sitting atop a swing wearing a dress, tights, shoes, a hat, and neatly plaid hair tied with a ribbon at the back of its head. Beside her was a stuffed animal, adding to the overall lifelike feel. North Queenslanders are known for their strength and bravery, but even they can't escape the superstitions associated with the eerie doll among the mangroves. The mysterious figure is said to have cursed anglers at the popular fishing destination, the Hitchinbrook Channel, with tales of misfortune and terror. It seems that no matter how tough they are, North Queenslanders are still not immune to the dark stories surrounding the doll. Everyone in town seems to know about the doll, but nobody wants to talk about it. With over 400 residents already perturbed by the spine-tingling toy, the locals are intrigued but also wary of the doll's origins. No one seems to know how or why the doll is hanging there, making it a real local mystery. Rumor has it that even uttering a simple hello to the doll can bring you bad luck. People have reported a wide range of misfortunes while out fishing, ranging from motor trouble to mysterious disappearances of their fishing gear. Number 8. Swamp creatures. In spring 2012, tourists in Seine, a nature reserve in France, were horrified when two eerie figures suddenly materialized in the marshy wetlands. The creatures were pale, thin, and slender and appeared to be frozen in time, but in an instant, they vanished as quickly as they had appeared. Until July 2016, 6 additional sculptures returned to the collection, designed and handmade by French sculptor and artist Sophie Prestigiacomo. The creatures were incredibly lifelike, making them seem almost real. Each of the figures is modeled on iron structures with mud and algae, which when left to dry takes on a skin-like texture. As time passes, this replication of skin alters both hue and texture, permitting the figures to merge with the surrounding environment. Number 7. The Skulls of Chuk Lagoon. The Chuk Lagoon, formerly known as Truk Lagoon, is renowned for being the world's largest underwater graveyard, with hundreds of wrecks and aircraft left behind since World War II. The lagoon is teeming with the remnants of fighter planes, tanks, ships, and even skulls of those who lost their lives during the war. Gary Burnand of Perth, Australia, photographed some of the 200,000 tons of ships left to rot after World War II. He captured the scene of an underground graveyard from Operation Hailstone in February 1944, revealing the brutal realities of overseas warfare. The attack on Chuk Lagoon between the 17th and 18th of February was a massive US Navy air and surface assault against the Imperial Japanese Navy. More than 4,500 Japanese soldiers perished in the operation, while only 40 American servicemen lost their lives. Their remains now rest at the bottom of the lagoon alongside those of the Japanese soldiers, their skulls having bleached to a brown color due to the passage of time. Pictures of the seabed reveal a shocking sight: ammunition shells and a propeller plane missing 2 blades scattered across the seafloor, having fallen to the depths of the Pacific Ocean. It is estimated that around 275 Japanese aircraft were shot down in the vicinity of the island. Number 6. Burning methane in Alabama swamp. Swamps and flatulent cows have one major thing in common: they are both significant sources of methane. Cows release a lot of methane into the atmosphere, while swamps tend to store it. Scientists have recently uncovered how swamps are able to store this gas, solving a long-standing mystery. When it comes to climate change, carbon dioxide often receives the most attention. However, methane, the second most abundant greenhouse gas, is a much more effective heat-trapping molecule. Bacterial activity in acidic peat bogs is responsible for most of the methane production, yet strangely, more methane is produced than is released into the atmosphere. This leads to the question of where the additional methane is going. The findings of a recent study published in Nature have highlighted the significance of methane as a major source of nutrition for sphagnum moss, representing up to 15% of its carbon intake. Experiments with radioactively labeled methane demonstrates that bacteria living in the moss were converting the gas into carbon dioxide, which was subsequently absorbed by the plant. This moss-bacteria partnership has been suggested to be as important for maintaining global nutrient cycles as the relationship between legumes and their root nodule microbes. Number 5. Bogman. Human remains were discovered in 2003 in an Irish bog near the village of Croghan, County Offaly. It is believed to be the remains of a man who died between 362 BC and 175 BC. He was approximately 6 feet 6 inches tall, and he also had well-manicured nails, which means he was someone of high status rather than involved in manual labor. The body was found remarkably well preserved, such that even the food in his stomach was still intact. His last meal, by the way, appeared to be wheat and buttermilk. The man was likely a ritual sacrifice, given the evidence of the cuts and gashes on his body. He had been stabbed in the chest and was decapitated. He also had deep cuts on his arms and legs, which may have been inflicted in a ritualistic manner. The Bogman is now preserved and displayed in the National Museum of Ireland in Dublin. He is an important reminder of a time in Ireland's history that is often forgotten, and an important reminder of the violence that was a part of Iron Age life. Number 4. Furry green snake in Thailand. The mysterious creature that was discovered in the Sakon Nakhon province of northeast Thailand has left locals stunned. A 49-year-old man stumbled across the strange-looking animal while walking home late, and upon further inspection discovered it to be a furry green snake, something never seen before in the area. After capturing it in a jar, the bewildered two returned home to show his equally surprised family members. The family kept the 2-foot-long snake in a water-filled container and fed it small fish while they waited for the authorities to identify it. Many on Facebook compared the creature to a dragon, while some suggested that it could be a serpent with moss or algae adorning its back. Sam Chatfield, the snake species coordinator at Wildlife ARC, an organization dedicated to the rescue and care of injured animals, concurred that the creature could be a puff-faced water snake with algae growing on its scales. Puff-faced water snakes native to Southeast Asia are mildly venomous nocturnal predators. They feed mainly on small frogs and fish, making them an important part of the aquatic food chain. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Let's take a closer look at today's photo to see what poisonous aquatic creature is featured. Number 3. Poisonous crab. The family Xanthidae is a large family of crabs found mainly along the coasts of Australia. They are also referred to as mud crabs due to their bright colors. This family consists of 572 species in 133 genera, making it the largest family of crabs in the world. Some species contain toxins that are not always destroyed during cooking and therefore should be eaten with caution. Xanthidae crabs are found in a variety of habitats, including estuaries, mangrove swamps, coral reefs, and the open ocean. They are important ecologically as they provide a source of food for other species and help to maintain a healthy marine environment. Saxitoxin and tetrodotoxin are two extremely potent toxins contained in some crabs that can be lethal to humans. The toxins are not produced by the crabs themselves, but are present due to the symbiotic relationship they have with certain bacteria. Since crabs have no way of delivering these toxins, only consumption of the crabs can lead to poisoning. Therefore, if you're unsure of the nature of the crab you're about to consume, it is best to avoid doing so. Number 2. Endangered Florida panther. The Florida panther is a type of mountain lion with a body mainly covered in tawny beige fur with a whitish-gray chest and belly. It is characterized by the black markings on its tail, ears, and around its snout. The historic range of the Florida panther extended from Florida to Louisiana, encompassing the Gulf Coast states, Arkansas, and surrounding areas. Today, however, the only place where wild Florida panthers can be found is the southwestern tip of Florida. These cats rely on a variety of warm climate habitats, including wetlands, swamps, upland forests, and saw palmetto stands. They are skilled hunters and carnivores. They primarily hunt white-tailed deer, feral hogs, raccoons, and other medium-sized mammals and reptiles. In addition, they have also been known to stalk birds. Not all large cats roar. In fact, the Florida panther is incapable of roaring. Instead, they communicate through purring, hissing, snarling, growling, and yowling. Number 1. Large Burmese python caught in the Everglades. A record-breaking 18-foot-long Burmese python has been captured in Florida. Described as massive, invasive, and covered in scales, this python is the heaviest ever captured in the state, according to the Conservancy of Southwest Florida. The python is a menacing presence in the state, consuming native animals and disrupting the balance of the ecosystem. Researchers were taken aback when they discovered the size of the snake after weighing her at the laboratory. The Burmese python weighed a staggering 215 pounds, eclipsing the previous record of 185 pounds for a python caught in Florida, leaving the researchers in a state of collective disbelief. Several months later, she broke another record when biologists had the chance to conduct a necropsy on the snake, uncovering the remarkable discovery that she had the highest number of eggs ever recorded in her abdomen, 122 developing eggs. Unfortunately, Burmese pythons are native to Southeast Asia, where overhunting has caused them to be classified as vulnerable to extinction.